A lot of people come into therapy feeling overwhelmed, confused, or hard on themselves, and they're not always sure how to put that into words. Today, Helen is going to ask a few questions I hear all the time in therapy, and I'll respond in the same way I would in session, clearly, honestly, and without judgment.
Question one: how do I know if what I'm feeling is normal or if something is wrong?
That's one of the most common questions people ask. Most of the time, what you're feeling is a response to stress or overload, not a sign that something is fundamentally wrong with you. When life asks more of a system than it can handle for too long, the system reacts. That reaction might look like anxiety, exhaustion, irritability, numbness, or shutting down. Those responses are common and they make sense in context.
Question two: why do I feel overwhelmed even when nothing bad is happening?
Because your body doesn't just respond to what's happening right now, it also responds to what it has learned to expect. If someone has lived through long periods of stress, instability, or emotional responsibility, the nervous system can stay on alert even during quiet moments. That doesn't mean you're imagining things, it means your system hasn't fully learned that it's safe to relax yet.
Question three: why can't I just push through like I used to?
Often because the cost has changed. Earlier in life, pushing through might have worked because there was more energy, fewer responsibilities, or less accumulated stress. Over time, that same strategy can stop working. Pushing harder doesn't increase what your system can handle, it usually drains it. When a system is tired, effort alone stops being effective.
Question four: is this anxiety, burnout, or something else?
That's a really understandable question. People often want a clear label. From a therapy perspective, what matters more than the exact label is what's contributing. Anxiety, burnout, and overwhelm often overlap. They all point to a system under strain. Instead of trying to name it perfectly, it's often more helpful to ask, what's been demanding energy and what hasn't had time to recover?
Why doesn't rest help anymore?
Because rest only restores you when your body feels safe enough to receive it. If your system is still bracing for work stress, relationship strain, financial pressure, or emotional responsibility, rest can feel shallow or incomplete. That doesn't mean rest isn't important. It means safety and regulation need to come first.
Question six: am I overreacting?
Most people who ask this are actually under responding to what they've been carrying. When someone has learned to stay functional under pressure or minimize their needs, distress often shows up late, not early. What feels like overreacting is usually a delayed signal that the system has been overloaded. If any of these questions sound familiar, it doesn't mean you're broken. It means your system has been adapting to a lot. And with the right support, it can learn safer, steadier ways to respond without pushing, forcing, or shutting down.